built on the LoRa RF frequencies.
Yeah, and that's interesting that you mention, you know, Bloodhound as a solution to theft, for example.
Yes, sir.
How serious is that problem? Because I think a lot of people aren't aware of how much theft can actually occur.
Well, think about all the theft that you hear about in Mexico. I mean, it's a humongous problem, but that has spilled over in the United States. Very sophisticated, what they call phishing tactics, where the bad guys are spoofing the bills of lading. So they spoof the bill of lading to the point where it was supposed to go to Los Angeles, but they now have it routed to New Jersey. And when the warehouse owner looks at the bill of lading, it looks exactly like what it's supposed to. The trucker even may be completely innocent of the issue, but the location of where the product is going is somewhere else. And there, so that's electronic theft that turns into physical theft. And then there's just hijacks. I mean, they'll have a car pull up on a truck at a stop sign. Two guys get out with shotguns and say, "You want to die or you want to turn over the truck?" And the driver gets out and says he wants to save his life. And the truck is full of, computers or pads or pharmaceuticals or fresh food. And it's not worth the guy's life. So he gets out of the cab. And this theft has been increasing at humongous rates over the last 5 years. I mean, there's a whole bill in Congress right now to make it a federal offense of theft of cargo, and to have a national tracking institute for that kind of issue, so that we can have more coordination between state and local and federal FBI surveillance, not surveillance, but reaction to these kinds of thefts.
Got it. And for physical theft, one of the things, as I understand it, that separates Bloodhound is it will actually take a picture of the thief in the moment.
Yes,
Could you
sir.
talk about that feature and how
So
that's been?
it's a light activated camera that when you open the door, it takes your picture in three different intervals. So depending on how that door is open, whether the thief is trying to block itself, not be seen, it takes your picture. And we, in fact, found the thieves that were stealing merchandise in Mexico for one of our customers, and were able to report that to the authorities. So yeah, it works. It works very well.
Absolutely. And is there a certain type of organization that's seen the most benefit from the Bloodhound tracking device, or do they tend to have things in common, similar industry or similar
Yeah,
cargo type?
yeah, obviously those with higher freight values are going to see more benefit. The ones with the higher freight values, like the most notorious in the last 6 months has been the lobster theft. There was a theft of a truckload of fresh lobster. There was a theft of Guy Fieri's tequila. Two truckloads of tequila went missing. And then there was a theft of some iPhones, I think, or some kind of cellular phones in Nevada, where the trucker, went into the right location and parked his truck, and somebody came and they knew they had tracked the merchandise. They knew it was high value. So that kind of indicates maybe it was an inside job. Internal um, issues are very highly suspect in all theft. So it's an internal issue, and that's the first place that the FBI goes to look for. Was there internal conspiracy with someone who works for the company, letting them know? And there's been all sorts of, you can, in the news, you can look up that internal conspiracy theft, and it will show you, case after case after case. So that's the first place that law enforcement will look.